Hey guys, Jamie here. Today we have a little bit different of a video for you. I'm doing an interview with Jaeden Schaefer, who is the Spotify Gangster. So his side hustle is based around streaming music on Spotify, but he's not a musician. So it's really interesting. I can't wait for you to hear about it. So let's bring him in. Jaeden, why don't you tell them about this unique side hustle? I've never heard of it before seeing some of your videos on it.
For sure. So yes, my side hustle, and it's actually one of my main side hustles, is putting music on Spotify and making passive income from it. It's something I absolutely love because as far as passive income goes, this is something that it's so passive. Like I do Airbnb, I've done furniture flipping, I've done other things, but like this, you literally create content, put it on Spotify, and it will just run forever and you never have to touch it. So it's something super cool. I actually had never seen anyone that had done it before. My brother, he was a music producer, and so he just made his own kind of music. So I was kind of looking at how to market him because I'm a marketer at heart. And I stumbled on a couple strategies, and that's kind of how the whole Spotify side hustle with a lot of testing evolved for me.
Awesome. Okay, so for people who don't know exactly what it is, I was shocked to know that you're not a musician, yet you make thousands of dollars a month streaming songs on Spotify. How does that work?
Yeah, so I'm actually a fairly mediocre, borderline bad singer, if I'm being 100% honest with you. So essentially what you do is you pay someone else to create music. My niche or genre that I like to do is just relaxing piano music. I pay people on Fiverr to do that. I take the music, I edit it, chop it up, put it into albums, and then I will release that. And the secret with it is, just relaxing piano music. People listen to it for a ton of different reasons. You have study music, baby sleep music, meditation. There's a ton of different reasons why people would listen to that. So you just have to kind of hone in on a specific niche and just brand and do the marketing, label your albums all about that one specific thing, and then it kind of just takes off.
So basically, because they're giving you the rights to the music, they're creating the music, and you become the owner of it, which then you can monetize. Is that how it works, or am I missing something?
Yeah, exactly. So you got to make sure when you're buying the music on Fiverr or wherever, you're letting them know, I'm putting this on Spotify. You get them to give you exclusive rights to the music. A lot of people like this, even if they create their own kind of music, because if you're a new emerging artist and you want money to go pay for marketing or other kinds of things, this is a good way for them to just create a little bit of content and just sell it for cash. Then you get all the royalties for it. Some people also can do partnerships where you split it, you give them 50% or 20% or some sort of percentage as well. I've usually just paid a little bit more to just get exclusive rights to the music. I also would feel bad, making them do a ton of work if a specific album flops, because the way I do it relies on me producing a ton of content, and then some of it sticks and a lot of it doesn't. And then I just kind of work and help push and promote the stuff that does good.
Okay. Wow. So how much does it cost to have a song produced, and then what do you make for ad revenue? How many songs do you have on Spotify? How does all that work?
Yeah, so how much it costs depends on a couple different things. So there's, I guess, two kinds of music that I've done in the past. One is doing cover songs. So I have paid someone, and something like that, you'll usually pay $75 to $150 for someone to make the background track of a cover. So essentially, since I know you're a big Katy Perry fan, if I was to do, I can't even think of a Katy Perry song, so that joke doesn't really work. But anyways, if you're going to do a cover song of a big song on the radio, there you go, you pay someone to create an instrumental background to it, and then you pay a singer to sing on top of that. And on YouTube, you see 100 people doing covers. So essentially what you're doing is you're paying someone. In the past, I paid someone $80 to sing a cover on top, and I paid someone $75 to make the background track. And then I just released that on Spotify so I did it for, if you've ever heard the song Dance Monkey, it was really popular a while ago, last year, a couple years ago. I paid someone to make a cover of that. I put it on there, and just from just from people searching for Dance Monkey and looking for alternative versions of it, I ended up having 350 people download my song on iTunes, in addition to all the people that streamed it. So on iTunes, you get 75 cents every time someone buys it. So, 300 times 75 cents, or like 350 or something like that. And then on top of that, the streams from it. So that's one way. And that's, like, let's say you spend 150, 200 bucks to make the song. And then, depending on what your return is. And then the other way is, like, if it's relaxing piano music, I pay like usually 100, 150 bucks for someone to just play the piano for a whole hour straight. And then I'll chop that up into like 2-minute pieces and have those all as different songs.
Oh, wow.
So that's my content. Yeah, that's how I get the content typically.
Okay, so in a way you are actually producing music, sort of. You're taking someone singing mixed with someone else's beats. So there is some skill involved. Like, if someone wanted to get into what you're doing, like, what kind of skills do they have to have?
Yeah, if someone wants to do it, like, honestly, the cover stuff is fun, but it's also hit or miss, because if you don't get picked up by the algorithm, it's like 200 bucks to get one track made. You may not get like a good ROI on that. And it all really depends on how long the song you pick stays in the top charts, because once it kind of drops off, then also your money drops off. So if someone's going to get started, honestly, you can go with very little skill. I mean, you have to know how to like open up like audio editor like Audacity, but it's like watch a tutorial for 30 minutes and you'll be a pro. So you just pay someone to make like relaxing piano music, super easy. And then you just chop those into little pieces, and you can just upload the files directly, the MP3s or whatever.
So you don't need to be like a super talented producer to do this. You're just kind of you taught yourself taught basically. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So I mean, essentially, I was just trying to help my brother market his own music, and then I saw different people. I saw like I started to notice how much he was getting paid per stream, and then I was seeing like people in the relaxing piano, like a bunch of random different areas, and I was seeing like 5.7 million streams on like someone just playing the piano, but they labeled it as like best study music, and I was like 5.7 million streams, and then like if you look at like they have 27 songs in their album, and their album's been out for a couple years, it's like they made like $200,000 or $300,000 from that album, and I was like, holy smokes! Like, it's honestly it became a lot more lucrative than even my brother trying to be like his own artist doing his own thing. So like, unless you're really making it and getting a ton of streams, at this point for me right now, I can get anywhere up to 500,000 streams in a month on like across all my songs and albums. Last month I made 3,200. The month before I made 2,700, and the month before I made $3,000 even. Okay. So right around, it's like averaging close to $3,000. Yeah, and the cool thing is like it was a lot of work. Like you don't need a ton of skill, but it's not like I don't say this is like some sort of get rich quick thing. And it's super not easy, because it was like I've been working on this for like 2 or 3 years. Most of that, granted, was just like learning how to do it. So like if I just told someone how to do it, you could probably crank it out in a few months. It's super, super passive once you get it going.
Yeah, so like, are you adding more music to your library right now, or are you just kind of letting this stuff ride? How much time do you actually put into it?
This year I added 2 new albums. Last year I put up about 10 albums. Okay. So that's what I did. And then from the year before I had like 5 or 6 albums that were on there. So collectively from like the 3 years, I'm really not doing anything. Like the 2 albums, if I looked at the amount of time it spent me to make them, I already had purchased the background track for it. So it probably took me like 4 hours maximum to put up the 2 albums. Other than that, I don't spend any. I spend 20 minutes once a month logging into all my accounts and clicking the withdraw button. And then that's all I do. It's like incredibly passive, but it's not easy. Like people think it's easy. It's really not easy. I'm not currently actively creating stuff just because I've spent a lot of time doing that, and it does take a lot of time. It takes 3 months before you get paid, and it's super hit or miss. A lot of times you put an album up, nothing will happen. But yeah, if someone wants to hustle and just work hard for 3 months, you can seriously make a couple grand a month. Super, super passive.
Sick. You really are the Spotify gangster, I have to tell you. That's impressive. Wow. Yeah, but I'm sure there's, like you said, there's some kind of algorithm, and there's a trick to getting your songs noticed and played and stuff like that too. So yeah, that's really cool. So Jaeden has his own YouTube channel, Jaeden Schaefer. We'll put a link down below. But definitely check it out. He had some tutorials on that. He also has other fun side hustles, which you have some exciting news. Do you want to share that?
I do have some exciting news. Breaking news on Jamie and Sarah today. Today I actually put in my 2 weeks notice for my job. So in 2 weeks I will be out of the corporate life, and I'll just be going full-time on different side hustles. Spotify is going to be one of them that's pretty big. And then in addition, my wife and I are launching an app. It's just like it's like a positive affirmation meditation app. It's called Self Pause. So we're going to be launching that in a couple weeks. And then my goal is I'll just be working full-time marketing that and working on kind of our side hustles, furniture flipping, which we learned from you and Sarah. So we actually made thousands of dollars following your guys' strategies on that. So big kudos to you there.
Well, that's so cool, man. Congrats. That's a big step, and I'm proud of you guys. That's awesome. Talk me through like that decision. Was it scary? You guys have 2 kids at home. Like, talk me through like what led you to that decision and how you feel about it.
Totally. It was a little bit nerve-wracking. It's been something. So we actually fixed the goal. We started working on this app last year, and we fixed the goal that on June 30th, I wanted to quit my job of this year. This was last year we fixed the goal. I wanted to quit my job, and we wanted to work full-time on our side hustles and this app that we're hoping to launch. And we had no idea how it was going to work because at the time Spotify wasn't doing what it's doing now. It's grown a lot, and we didn't really have any other sort of passive income streams. But we fixed the goal, and as the time got kind of closer and we looked at it, we realized that we could stay with my current job that I have. And I think that a lot of people pick that option because whether they like their job or not, maybe they hate their job. It's like what's comfortable and they're used to it. Even if they don't like it, they know what they can expect, and so they stay in there. And we decided that if we really wanted growth personally and financially, we needed to kind of take a chance and a step. And so as we got closer to our goal, things really aligned with us. We feel really blessed. Spotify took off more, and then we ended up trying renting our house on Airbnb. And we just realized about a month ago when we were going through our finances that we currently spend like all of our expenses and stuff, like insurance, mortgage, all that kind of stuff is about $4,000 a month. That's just like the bare minimum, gas, groceries and stuff. And so we just crossed the line with Spotify for the last 3 months where our Airbnb and our Spotify combined were able to hit that $4,000 threshold. So we have a little bit of savings, and we're like, we can quit our job, and the Spotify and the Airbnb can cover that, and then we can kind of use that as a stepping stone to go into like our next business thing. So it's scary. What I love, one of my mentors, someone always tells me that entrepreneurs, they don't take risks, they mitigate them. And so for us, it was definitely like there's a risk involved with quitting our job. It's a stable income, that pays the mortgage. But we were able to try to work some things up so that it's not just a risk we're taking, it's something we're, mitigating.
That's awesome. I love that. Yeah, and now you have the time to dedicate towards, some new things like this app you're coming out with. So that's awesome, man. If I could give you a high five, I'd give you a high five. But yeah. So what do your friends and family think about your decision? Like, are they excited for you? Are they scared for you? What's that like?
It's funny. I think a lot of people, they've heard about, we have our YouTube channel, and we talk to our friends and family a lot about like different side hustles or things we're doing. So I think they're really excited for us. Some of them may be nervous, but I'm not worried about those people. I know a lot of people are, just really encouraging. A big part of the whole decision was my dad came and visited us a few weeks ago, and I was talking to him about his story, how he quit his job and started his own business. He ended up being really successful with it, and I came to realize that he didn't even have like any sort of income built up to take over what his current job was. He just ripped the Band-Aid off and just went straight into his company, and has learned really quick on his feet. He had a wife and me and my older sister, and he made it work and made it happen. So after hearing his story, I decided, I could definitely do it, especially because I had a couple other little things going.
Awesome. So what are like your top 3? So you said Airbnb, Spotify. Is there anything else that you're doing to make money, or is it just mostly those 2 you're focused on?
Yeah, Airbnb and Spotify, those are our big ones. I mean, the other one is furniture flipping, so whatever we can make. We've made up to a couple grand in a month doing it. We've made up to, $50 in a month doing it. So it's just as much work as we put into that. But those are the
Cool.
those are the
And
two
so
big ones.
Airbnb, is that like a room in your house or your whole house? Do you guys like pack up and leave, or what is that exactly?
So, yes. So we actually, before we bought our house, I'd, come off of like my last year of college. It was just pure watching Graham Stephan.
Yeah.
And so I saw his strategy where he bought a duplex and then rented half of it out and lived in the other half, and the rent from the one half just paid for everything. So when we bought our house, we specifically bought it with the intent to do that. So we only looked at houses that had mother-in-law suites, or casitas, they're called here in Arizona. Maybe that's everywhere, I don't know. So our house is set up where the back of the house, there's a doorway and it shares a wall, but it is, other than that doorway, it's completely separate. It's its own kitchen, living room, bathroom, and separate bedroom. And it has an entrance through the back of the house. So we built a little pathway. It was a ton of work because when we got our house, we had to remodel the whole thing. We remodeled that back mother-in-law suite. And then we had to build I did a paver pathway from the front yard all the way around to the back. And so, yeah, people have their own private entrance, their own private living area with an extra kitchen, which is kind of, and their own private bathroom. So that was kind of, we looked for that specifically when we were looking for houses. We found it and then kind of have it set up like that. So it's not, I mean, it does share a wall with our house, and we have that in our Airbnb description because our 2-year-old does run around screaming a lot. But he's a noisy one. But yeah, so people are aware, and they get a good deal, a good discount, and it's really clean and modern and updated. So people are happy with it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think we did house hacking before kids, but if I were going to do house hacking currently, I think I would do the Airbnb route. That's awesome. Well, thanks for joining me, Jaeden. Good luck with quitting your job, and congrats again. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks so much. Good talking with you.
All right, thanks for watching. I'll be sure to link Jaeden's YouTube channel below. You can go there and find out more specifics about how he does this Spotify streaming side hustle. But I think my big takeaway from this interview is just that there's so many ways to make money out there. You really just need to find out what works best for you. If you have any questions for Jaeden, ask them down below or go to his channel and ask. But I think that it's really just eye-opening to see what different people are doing to make money outside of a 9-to-5 and how they're getting ahead by doing that. So I thought this side hustle was especially cool because of the extremely low amount of time it requires after you have it all set up. Make sure to like this video and subscribe if you like this kind of content, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.